What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, your body is quietly losing one small but absolutely critical connection? And without it, a single everyday task could send a glass shattering to the floor, a railing sliding right out of your hand, and potentially put you in a situation that turns your whole life upside down. That is not meant to frighten you. That is meant to wake you up. Because the truth is, most people over 70 have absolutely no idea this connection even exists until something has already slipped through their fingers. And here's what makes it even more frustrating. Rebuilding it takes less than 2 minutes a day. 2 minutes. And almost nobody in their 70s, 80s, or 90s is doing it. So if the fear of losing your grip, dropping things, or feeling uncertain every time you reach for something is something that keeps you up at night or makes you hesitant to carry a bag, twist open a jar, or hold on firmly to a railing on the stairs, then this is the video that is going to change all of that for you. We are going to cover 6 of the most effective hand and wrist exercises for rebuilding grip strength, why they work when everything else fails, and how to do every single one of them safely at home starting today. Before we dive in, if you have not subscribed yet, I strongly recommend you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell notification. That way, you will never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video and find it helpful, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And if you feel like I could do better or cover something differently, type 0. I read every single comment, and I genuinely use your feedback to make this content more useful for you. Now let me ask you something. When most people decide they want to work on their grip, what do? They squeeze a stress ball. Maybe they squeeze it for 10 or 20 seconds, set it down, shake their hand out, and call it a day. Sound familiar? Here's the problem with that approach. Squeezing a soft ball does almost nothing to actually rebuild functional grip strength. Why? Because grip failures do not happen when you are sitting still squeezing something soft in your palm, completely relaxed and comfortable. They happen in motion. They happen when you are reaching for a pot handle and it turns out to be far heavier than you expected. They happen when you grab a railing on an uneven step and your hands simply cannot hold on. They happen when you try to open a door in a hurry and your fingers just do not fire fast enough to keep full control. So, if you want to truly rebuild your grip, the exercises you practice have to train exactly that. Your hand's ability to recognize when force is needed and produce it instantly before something slips. That is the whole game. And every single exercise I am about to show you today does exactly that. Before we begin, I want to be very clear. If at any point any of these exercises causes you pain in your fingers, wrists, elbows, or shoulders, please stop immediately. Work only within what feels safe and comfortable for your body. If you have any concerns about arthritis, carpal tunnel, or a recent hand injury, please speak with your doctor or occupational therapist before trying new exercises. Always have a flat surface or table nearby for support. Let me explain something important first, because understanding this is going to completely change the way you think about your own grip. One of the most critical but overlooked parts of your body when it comes to holding on and staying in control is located right at the end of your arm, in your hands, and specifically in your fingers. When you reach for something and feel it begin to slip, the small muscles inside your hand are supposed to instinctively switch on. Your fingers are designed to close tighter, to adjust their pressure, and to create enough force to keep whatever you are holding safely in place. That is your body's natural grip correction reflex. It is built right in. You were born with it. But here's what happens over the decades. As we age, especially if we spend a lot of time in comfortable routines, on soft surfaces, and without challenging our hands and wrists in any meaningful way, we slowly lose the connection to those small but enormously important muscles tucked deep inside our hands. The muscles weaken, the nerves become less responsive. And that reflex, the one that is supposed to kick in automatically the moment something starts to slip, starts to fade. It is like trying to turn on a light in a room when someone has cut the circuit somewhere in the wall. You flip the switch, nothing happens. The electricity is still there, but the connection is broken. Now here is the really good news. Unlike an electrical circuit, you can rebuild this connection in your body. These hand and finger muscles respond quickly and reliably when you train them consistently. Your nervous system has not forgotten how to fire these muscles. It just needs to be reminded. It needs to be given the right kind of challenge repeatedly to wake back up. And that is exactly what these 6 exercises are going to do. Important warning. Before we get into any of these exercises, I need you to stop and read this carefully because your safety is the most important thing here, and I would never forgive myself if someone got hurt trying to follow along. First, if you have been diagnosed with severe rheumatoid arthritis, advanced carpal tunnel syndrome, Dupuytren's contracture, or any neurological condition that affects the feeling or movement in your hands, please speak with your doctor or a licensed occupational therapist before attempting any of these movements. These exercises are designed for general grip rebuilding in healthy older adults, and your situation may require a modified or supervised approach. Second, if you have had a recent hand or wrist injury, especially one that resulted in surgery or a cast, do not start a new exercise routine without medical clearance. Your tissue may still be healing in ways you simply cannot feel, and pushing too hard too soon can set you back significantly. Third, never do these exercises when your hands are cold and stiff. Cold joints are far more prone to strain. Warm your hands first by rubbing them together briskly or soaking them in warm water for a full minute. This is especially important first thing in the morning. Fourth, always keep your movements slow and deliberate. Speed is not the goal. Control is. Never jerk or force a movement that your hand is resisting. Fifth, if any movement causes sharp pain, tingling that shoots into your fingers, or anything that simply does not feel right, stop immediately. Do not push through discomfort. There is no exercise here that is worth risking an injury over. Work within what feels safe for your body. Progress at your own pace. And let's get into it. Exercise 1, the finger press. This is the foundation of everything, the single most important movement in this entire routine. The finger press directly trains that grip correction reflex we just talked about. Sit at a table with your forearm resting flat on the surface. Your hand should be hanging slightly off the edge, palm facing up, completely relaxed. Now, slowly curl all 4 fingers down toward your palm as tightly as you can without using your thumb at all. Hold that position for 3 full seconds. You will feel the small muscles deep inside your palm working hard. Then slowly straighten your fingers back out completely flat. That is 1 rep. Do 10 in a row on each hand. Come back and repeat this 3 to 4 times throughout the day. Once this feels easy, hold a small rolled towel in your palm while you curl your fingers to make those muscles work significantly harder. This progressive challenge is what rebuilds the reflex faster. Exercise 2, wrist circles with resistance. Most grip failures do not just happen from weak fingers, they also happen when the wrist is unstable, completely unable to hold its position when weight shifts unexpectedly during a movement. This exercise trains your body to control exactly that kind of demand. Sit with your elbow bent at 90 degrees and your forearm resting on a table. Hold a light object in your hand, even a filled water bottle or a small can of soup from your kitchen. Slowly rotate your wrist in a wide, smooth circle, 5 times clockwise and then 5 times counterclockwise. The key here is to move slowly and with full control. You are not just loosening up. You are teaching your wrist tendons, forearm muscles, and the small stabilizing joints of your hand to communicate with each other in real time. As you get stronger, use a slightly heavier object. Eventually, the goal is to do this with a 1-pound weight while keeping the circle perfectly smooth with no wobbling at all. Exercise 3, pinch and hold. This one mimics the exact kind of gripping that slips most often in daily life. Thin handles, light packages, papers, keys. It is sometimes called the lateral pinch, and it is one of the best ways to train precision grip strength, which is the strength you need when you are not wrapping your whole hand around something. Hold a folded piece of cardboard or a thick magazine between your thumb and the side of your index finger. Now squeeze. Hold that pinch for 5 full seconds with firm, steady, unbroken pressure. Then release slowly and completely. That is 1 rep. Do 10 repetitions on each hand. Focus on keeping your wrist straight and your shoulder relaxed the entire time. Because in real life, you need your grip to work while the rest of your arm is in motion, not just when everything is perfectly positioned and completely still. This is harder than it sounds, and that is exactly the point. Exercise 4, finger extensions with a band. When you drop something, your brain needs to send the signal to close your fingers quickly enough to catch or tighten before the object leaves your hand entirely. If your extensor tendons are tight and your closing reflex is slow, that is when a fumble becomes a dropped plate or a missed railing. Finger extension training directly targets this. Place a rubber band around all 5 fingers on one hand. Your fingers should be slightly curled to start. Slowly spread all 5 fingers apart as wide as you can against the resistance of the band. Hold for 2 seconds at the widest point. Then slowly return your fingers back to their starting position. That is 1 rep. Do 10 repetitions on each hand. The movement should be slow and controlled both on the way out and the way back in. Do not snap. The closing phase is just as important as the opening phase because it builds the coordinated muscle control that keeps your grip consistent, reliable, and ready when you need it most. As this gets easier, use a slightly thicker rubber band or simply double up the band for more resistance. Exercise 5, thumb opposition circles. This exercise is one of the best for training what is called fine motor grip control, your ability to bring your thumb and each individual finger together with precision and strength. Think about all the times in a day you need this: buttoning a shirt, picking up a coin from a counter, turning a small key, holding a pen. Each of those moments is a grip challenge. Rest your forearm on a table with your palm facing up. Slowly bring the tip of your thumb to touch the tip of your index finger, forming a clean, firm circle. Hold for 2 seconds, then release. Move to your middle finger, ring finger, and little finger in sequence. That is 1 round. Do 3 rounds on each hand. Keep your wrist relaxed and your movements deliberate throughout. This exercise builds individual finger dexterity, thumb strength, and the tendon coordination that prevents the kind of grip failures that happen when you need your hand to be both strong and precise at the very same time. Exercise 6, towel wringing. This one surprises a lot of people. Twisting and wringing motions are among the most common movements in daily life: opening jars, turning faucets, wringing out a wet cloth. And yet, most people never specifically practice this kind of rotational grip. This exercise does double duty. It builds forearm strength and trains your grip simultaneously, making it one of the most practical things you can do for hand function in everyday life. Take a small hand towel and hold one end in each hand. Now twist both hands in opposite directions as if you are wringing every drop of water out of the towel as firmly as you comfortably can. Hold that twisted tension for 3 full seconds. Then slowly unwind and twist in the opposite direction. That is 1 rep. Start with 8 repetitions. If this causes any discomfort in your wrists, reduce the intensity and only wring gently until your hands build more tolerance over time. The goal is eventually performing a full firm wring with complete control and absolutely no pain at all. Now, the best way to use all 6 of these exercises: short bursts of training, just 30 to 60 seconds each, spread throughout your day rather than done all at once. Do the finger press while your coffee brews. Do the wrist circles during a commercial break. Do the towel wring before lunch. Do the finger extensions while you wait for the microwave. It fits into real life in a way that a long gym session simply never will. And research strongly supports this distributed approach for rebuilding hand strength and nerve coordination in older adults. Small doses repeated consistently throughout the day send a powerful signal to your nervous system, and your body responds. You do not need to do all 6 exercises every single day right from the start. That would be overwhelming, and I do not want you burning out in the first week and quitting. Instead, treat this as a gradual progression. Begin with just the finger press and the wrist circles. Practice those 2 until they feel natural, until you are no longer straining to finish, and until you feel genuinely stronger in your everyday movements. That might take a few days. It might take a week or 2. Either way is perfectly fine. Once those feel solid, add the pinch and hold, then the finger extensions, then the thumb opposition circles, then the towel ring. Add roughly 1 new exercise per week at whatever pace your body is ready for. By the end of 6 weeks, you will have a complete daily grip routine that takes less than 10 minutes total. and you will feel stronger, steadier, and far more confident every time you reach for something than you have in years. And please do not skip these exercises on the days when your hands feel fine. I know it is tempting. When your grip feels solid, it is easy to think you do not need to bother today. But those are actually the most important days of all. Every single repetition is building the reflex that will fire automatically the next time something starts to slip, catching it before you even realize it was leaving your hand. You are doing the work now, so your body can protect you later in that split second when it matters most. That is the whole point of everything we have covered today. It is not just about preventing dropped objects. It is about protecting your independence. It is about moving through your day without that quiet hesitation every time you reach for something. It is about gripping railings, carrying bags, opening doors, and living your life fully on your own terms in your own home for as long as possible. Now, grip strength is only one half of the upper body independence equation. The other half is your shoulder and arm strength, and this is something I want you to take very seriously because a lot of people focus entirely on their hands and completely overlook this second piece, and that is a costly mistake. Here is what the research actually shows. People with weak shoulders and arms are more than 5 times more likely to struggle with daily self-care tasks in any given year compared to those with strong upper bodies. 5 times. Let that number sink in. That is not a small margin. Weak arms mean slower reaction times when you need to push yourself up. They mean less power to stabilize yourself when you grab something overhead. They mean less control in your shoulders and elbows with every single reach you make. And over time, that weakness quietly chips away at your confidence, your posture, and your ability to move freely through your day. Think about the everyday moments that depend on arm strength. Pushing up from a chair, reaching for a high shelf, carrying groceries from the car, steadying yourself on a handrail. Every one of those moments requires your arms to fire quickly and powerfully. When they cannot do that anymore, the risk of losing control in a critical moment climbs fast. And arm strength is one of the things that declines the most rapidly as we age, especially if we are spending more time sitting and less time actively using those muscles. But here is what I really need you to hold on to. Your arms can absolutely get stronger at any age. I mean that. It does not matter if you are 70, 75, 80, or well beyond. The muscles in your arms are still fully capable of responding to the right kind of training. They have not given up. They are just waiting for the right signal. And even modest, consistent improvements, the kind that come from simple exercises done at home a few times a week, can make a dramatic difference in your daily function, your confidence, and your overall independence. That is exactly why I have put together a dedicated video on the best arm and shoulder strengthening exercises for people over 70. Every single exercise is safe, requires no gym equipment, can be done right at home, and is appropriate for all fitness levels, including complete beginners. That video is on the screen right now. Just click on it next, and I will walk you through everything step by step at a pace that works for you. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.